For sure, pivot tables is the way to go when you analyze data in Microsoft Excel. But did you know that you can add calculated fields or extra fields to your pivot table without having those fields in your original data? Now, if you find this video helpful, please press the subscribe or follow button. So come inside and let me show you how to create those extra calculated fields in your pivot table. Let's go.
In our sample table of data, we have the unit price as well as the number of units sold. Let's create a very basic pivot table from this. I click inside, insert pivot table from table or range. I put it on a new sheet. What I'm going to do is I drag in the regions, the unit price, as well as the units sold. Now what I'd like to do is to take the unit price, which is in this specific column, and multiply it with the unit sold without having to do that in the raw data or the original table. So I can on the side do a calculation, but I would not suggest doing that because that is then outside of the pivot table and not a dynamic formula. So what I would do is I will click inside the pivot table. I'll go to Pivot Table Analyze, Field Items, and create a calculated field. This is almost the same as adding an extra calculated column into your pivot table without having it in the raw data. So I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to say total sales and just a basic formula. This is the unit price. I double click, multiply by the units sold, and OK. And look, by magic, I have that calculated value in a new column, which is now automatically part of my pivot table. It even created in the pivot table fields for me. Let's call it a dummy column called total sales, which I can then use in other pivot tables as well.